Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Karen Cullen, and on behalf of the Planning Committee, I would like to welcome those of you here in person and those of you joining us by webcast to a workshop on strategies to limit sugar-sweetened beverage consumption among young children and evaluation of federal, state, and local policies and programs. We've had a huge response to this workshop. Over 100 people signed up to attend in person and somewhere around 500 via webcast, so that is really terrific. Thank you for your interest. I've had the great pleasure of serving as chair of this committee. We feel that we have planned a really incredible, informative day-and-a-half workshop. When we first met in March to draft the agenda, we began with a simple concept. We envisioned what a day in the life of a young child would look like. And here is kind of a graphic to give you insight into our vision. We thought about who would be with the child and have the opportunity to provide beverages. And then we looked at the many locations over the day where a child would encounter beverages. We also considered the many influences that have the potential to affect the decision for the child to have or be served sugar-sweetened beverages. With this serving as our framework, we found a wide range of strategies intended for different beverage decision makers, different locations, different influences. And so then we filled in our agenda. So over the course of the workshop, please keep this framework in mind, and we are going to hear a range of presentations that will start with what we know about sweetened beverage consumption among young children, what guidelines exist about sweetened beverage consumption for young children, and then we're going to hear about emerging policies, programs, and strategies, and also about successes and challenges with those. And at the end, we'll have some more details filled into our graphic. Finally, in the workshop summation, we will highlight the gaps in our understanding and the opportunities for future work on this issue. So we have a very ambitious agenda, and we hope to make the most of our time together. To maximize speakers' times, we will only be introducing their position and affiliations. However, we have provided short biographies of the Planning Committee and all of our presenters that you can have to take home with you in the program materials. I wanted to note that unlike National Academies consensus studies, this workshop will not arrive at specific actionable recommendations. Instead, it is intended to provide insight into the current landscape of existing and emerging strategies. One way we hope to accomplish this is through robust, facilitated discussions. So those of you attending in person received index cards this morning, and we hope that as the presenters give their presentations, that as questions arrive, you write those down on a card, and we'll collect those after the presentation. For those of you joining us via webcast, you can use the platform to issue your questions, and we'll get those here. And they'll all be given to the moderator of the session, who will then use those questions to guide the question section of the discussion. So please make the questions short, and we hope to get through as many as possible with this method. So after this workshop concludes, PDFs of the presentation slides and the video recordings will be posted on the workshop website. In the months ahead, detailed proceedings will be published along with a very brief version, and these written products will also be available by late 2017 on the National Academies website. So each of our sessions will be moderated by one of the Planning Committee members. They will step up to the podium at the appropriate time to introduce their speakers, and Dr. Leanne Birch will begin session 1, setting the stage after we hear from our sponsors. So with that, I would like to introduce our 3 sponsors, and they will each come up and share with you. The first we'll be hearing from Tina Cow from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, then Judy Larson from the California Endowment, and finally from Rob Post of the Chobani Foundation. So thank you all.